Russia is secretly helping Iran rebuild its battered war machine, and the scale of that support could have major consequences. A fresh report claims Moscow is moving to replenish Tehran's depleted weapons stocks, potentially giving Iran an upgrade after the US and Israeli strikes. An official European government document obtained by NBC News has revealed fresh details of the reported shipments. The cargo allegedly includes TNT and ammunition along with drone parts and components linked to ballistic missile production. Satellite imagery assessed by analysts also points to military supplies being moved towards Iran. And the reported route is significant because the shipments are said to be traveling across the Caspian Sea, from Russian ports to Iran's Amirabad port. More than 24 Russian vessels reportedly made the journey, with many already under US and European sanctions. So why the Caspian Sea? Because it is bordered by just 5 countries: Russia, Iran, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan and Azerbaijan. That makes it a closed maritime space, far moved from the sea lanes where Western forces normally operate. There is another advantage. Ships can turn into a shadow fleet, which means vessels switch off their automatic identification system, making their movements harder to track. In effect, the route offers Moscow and Tehran a way to move supplies without passing through a conventional naval choke point. And Iran has a lot to rebuild. Its drone arsenal was heavily used during the war. Its missile sites and military infrastructure also came under sustained US and Israeli strikes. The reported Russian supplies could now help Tehran replace some of what was lost. But exactly how much has arrived and how far Iran's reconstruction has progressed remains unclear.
Iran's procurement of drone components and small arms ammunition from Russia strongly suggests that Israeli and U.S. military strikes on Iran's facilities that produce these items have degraded Iran's domestic capability to produce them.
Iran is also looking beyond its own production lines. The Ministry of Defense and Armed Forces Logistics has begun gradually replacing some domestically produced ballistic missile components with Russian and Chinese-made parts. Those components are believed to be intended mainly for the IRGC Aerospace Force, and this is a bigger than one shipment. The transfers fit into Tehran's broader Look East strategy, bringing Russia and China deeper into Iran's military network. Russia is reportedly providing satellite imagery to help Iranian forces monitor military sites and improve targeting. China, meanwhile, has expanded support through Beidou navigation, radar and surveillance systems, as well as materials linked to solid propellant missile production. The allegations have triggered a wider question. Is Moscow now helping Iran rebuild, just as Tehran once helped Russia after its invasion of Ukraine in 2022? However, the Kremlin has repeatedly dismissed the claims as fake news. Iran has also denied Russian involvement.
In this case, there were no requests from the Iranian side. Our consistent position is well known to everyone, and there have been no changes in this regard.
Even Trump has downplayed Moscow's role, saying Putin assured him that Russia was not selling arms to Tehran. He also described any Russian assistance as very unimpactful. That came after Ukrainian President Zelensky accused Moscow of sharing satellite images of US bases with Iran.
Well, I don't know that they're enabling. I mean, I will tell you that President Xi said he will not partake, and President Putin said the same thing. I think, I trust them. They've had a long-term relationship. There could be some things they do, but thus far, at least, it has not been major. I don't think they'd want to have me disappointed.
Still, one thing remains difficult to measure: how quickly Iran is recovering. Western intelligence has not publicly quantified the scale of the reconstruction, but reports suggest Israeli intelligence was itself surprised by the speed at which Tehran managed to rebuild parts of its missile stock. So the question now is not just what Iran lost during the war. It is how quickly Tehran can rebuild. If confirmed, the Caspian Sea could become a quiet lifeline for Iran's battered military arsenal.